baby. Gxlden.Chvld.
What's up guys, it's your girl the Gxlden.Chvld, and we are finally back with another video. So what I'm here to talk to you guys about is why you should be friends with your ex. Now hear me out, you guys. Hear me out. I am not talking about the abusive ex that hit you or mentally abused you or anything like that. We're obviously not talking about the toxic exes here. I mean the exes that, like, it just might not have worked out because you guys just weren't meant to be, because that happens sometimes. Not all breakups are these big terrible toxic things where just everything was terrible. You might be with a great person and that person just isn't the greatest person for you, and that's why you guys broke up. That happens plenty of times. That happened with me and my ex, and I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it and you guys don't really think about this, but in my head I'm like, oh, I wonder if people wonder why I haven't taken down my YouTube videos with my ex. And I genuinely feel like it's the type of thing where just because you break up with someone and they're no longer your everything, it doesn't mean they're nothing to you. Like, my ex still means something to me. We're friends now, and that's why, like, a part of why I'm making this video about why you should be friends with your ex. Like, it's not to say that I'm telling you that you have to do all of this A, B, and C. You guys can do whatever you want, but it's just grown to be this whole taboo, like being friends with your ex, and it's really not that serious. Like, you initiated a relationship, or they initiated, you guys together initiated a relationship because you, like, indeed had a real and genuine friendship. Like, to be in a relationship with someone, you do have to be at least friends. So the friendship is definitely there, and just because the romantic aspect of it is gone, I don't feel as though if that person is a genuinely good person, a genuinely good friend, that because the romantic aspect is gone, that you guys can no longer have that. Because, like, good friends are scarce. Like, genuine people in this world are scarce. That being said, about good and genuine people, I feel as though you should hold on to all the good people that, like, come into your life that are, like, worth keeping in your life. And that's not to say that every single, like, ex that you have to be friends with, because obviously, like, all of them might not be worth being friends with. But it's just important to remember what you had with that person, and you have to, like, think about if the good outweighs the bad. And another thing, I suppose, that can be thrown into it is if you have a new partner, how they feel about it. To be honest, my current boyfriend, he's friends with his ex also, so that makes things a little bit easier. Like, I'm not gonna put all of his business out there or anything, but they are friends, and that makes it easier, because when they weren't friends, it was a little weird for him that I was friends with my ex and he wasn't friends with his. But now everybody's friends and everything's cool. This is the best case scenario, but it's not always like that. So I'm also not telling you guys to make your boyfriend or girlfriend mad by being friends with your ex, but I feel as though, like, not your significant other, not anyone should be telling you who you can and can't hang out with, who you can and can't be friends with. That's up to you guys' discretion, because y'all have to be your own people. I feel as though being friends with an ex is perfectly fine. But yeah, I feel as though being friends with an ex is perfectly fine, as long as you're, like, respectful, and you just have to be careful about how you go about it. Like, you guys aren't in a relationship anymore, so you guys aren't gonna, like, talk every day, or at least I don't feel as though it's appropriate for you guys to talk every day, because you guys aren't dating anymore. So, and that's something that could make your current partner jealous. You just have to be mindful of doing things differently and not doing things how you did when you were dating. Like, again, I'm not gonna put all of my personal business out there, because it's not just like it's not just me talking on my own behalf, that I'd be putting other people's business in there. But what I'm trying to just relate to you guys is that this big taboo, like this big deal that people make out of it, that's really not what it is. The issue, it can be sometimes, is people lack respect for themselves and other people, and discipline. You have to have that discipline to remember and know that you guys aren't in a relationship anymore, and keep things at a distance, keep things on a friendly level, because sometimes it can relapse and you can start to date that person again, maybe cheat on your current partner. There can be a multitude of things that happen, but if you're disciplined, then it won't happen. Like, well, you guys will do whatever you want, but I'm afraid that people will take this advice and make it into something ugly where you're cheating on your partner because of friendship that you guys tried to make with your ex turned back into something else. And it's really just about being responsible. Like, it worked for me and my boyfriend, my ex, his ex, like everything's cool, like everything's cool really. But just know that like you have options and you're not a bad person for wanting to be friends with your ex, and there isn't anything wrong with it. What the actual problem is, what's actually wrong is not being respectful and disciplined, because your partner can be worried about you going back to your ex, you cheating with your ex, you doing anything with your ex. But in actuality, you could be doing anything with anybody. It doesn't have to be your ex. So it's more that your partner doesn't trust you, in my opinion. It's more that your partner doesn't trust you and trust that you're disciplined and trust that you're gonna make the right decisions. But that's like a totally like different story. That's another story. I'm not trying to get y'all in trouble with your significant others or anything, but it's really just a trust thing. Like, I've hung out with my ex. Yeah, it's not a really big deal. We are friends, and some of the things that we like bonded over, like we can still like bond over and like talk about. And it is different. And while I'm in a new relationship and I'm very happy with my current boyfriend, I can admit I had to get used to the things that are different. Like, it's not that I wanted to be back in a relationship with my ex, but I was so used to like us talking all the time and us being a certain way that us not being that way was kind of strange. And I kind of like yearned for that. Like, not that I yearned for him to be my boyfriend again, but I like, it was familiar. Everything about him, being with him, was familiar. And our friendship, this new type of friendship dynamic that we had, was unfamiliar. So I just had to get used to that. But it's going well. Like, me and my current boyfriend have been dating for a year now, so that's been like a little over a year of me and my ex like just being friends. And yeah, just being friends and it not being weird. Like, it's really not weird. Like, we just talk as normal friends. We don't like talk that much, but that's a lot of friendships. You don't have to talk to them every day. In fact, like I said, it would be weird if you talk to them every day because you guys aren't dating anymore. But it can work out if you are dedicated to making it work out, because sometimes a breakup can be really bad and no one wants anything to do with each other. And in that type of situation too, you really can't force it. Like, you may want to be friends, but they may not want to be friends. And for that, you just kind of have to let that be, because you might not think it was that bad of a breakup. You might want to be friends, but maybe they don't. And just because you want something doesn't mean the other party will. Like, similar to how a relationship, like, it takes two to tango, it takes two to make it work. It's same thing with being friends with an ex, with being friends with anybody for that matter. Like, I don't want this video to be super long, but I just want to put out there too, this isn't like quite just for exes. Like, anybody, it takes two to tango. It takes two to make that, like, any type of relationship work. It takes two people. But I don't want this video to be super long, because also my camera's gonna die. I just wanted to, like, I suppose, like, just say what's on my mind, do a quick brainstorm, for lack of a better word, of how I feel about this topic. I hope you guys appreciate this knowledge. I hope you feel like I've enlightened you or given you like a different perspective on this, because I don't know, a lot of people feel like you just really can't do it, or that it's inappropriate, or that it's bad, and I don't feel that way. So maybe this is a talking point for you and your partner. Maybe this is just something that you'll keep in the back of your mind. This is just a reminder that you can and should do whatever you want, and you can be perfectly respectful being friends with your ex. But yes, hopefully this will be the beginning of me making more videos. As you guys see, I have new lighting, everything looks nice, my makeup looks amazing. Well, I'm a little oily right now because like a whole day has gone by, but my makeup skills have gotten better. I have to update you guys on a bunch of stuff. Hopefully I'll be more consistent with videos, but I just wanted to talk about this topic that I think will maybe stir the pot a little bit. I don't know, I like to stir the pot, like make you guys think. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe so you can become one of my golden stars, and peace out.
This for my baby, Gxlden.Chvld.